This Bible, it says, forward. This Bible, the new Douai Rheims, was revised from the Holy Bible, Douai version 160910 STC 2207, and the New Testament of Jesus Christ, Rheims version 1582 STC 2884. This Bible also uses support from the Biblia Sacra Uexta Vulgatum Clementinum Nova Editio Sexta Editio, and whatever Roman numerals that is. The intent of this publisher is to use this Bible as a resource to clarify text differences, forthwith will bring more understanding to the reader. The Bible has several revisions noted as follows. The apocryphal books have been omitted. Annotations, column explanations, and pictures have been omitted. Page titles have been added for a help to the reader. Cross-references have been added at the end of the verse. These have been added to help the reader determine the text message. Please note the verse numbers may have some variance. Some of the books have indentations that replicate the Latin Vulgate. Timelines have been added as a help for the Bible scholar. Latin references have been added at the end of the verse in some cases to clarify meanings of words or spelling misconceptions. Capitalization utilizes the Latin Vulgate text but may keep the Douai Rheims original. Note: land has been left capitalized as the original had. Punctuation has been added or deleted in many cases to coincide with the Latin Vulgate. Please notice text differences. We'll not get into that. The Doui Rheims version of the Bible had added the possessive pronoun "are" to the text, not always found in the Latin Vulgate. For example, "Our Lord." The Latin Vulgate rarely includes the pronoun "our." Our. Noster. Even still, the new Doui Rheims Bible has kept all text the same as the original Douai Rheims. For example, Ephesians 6:10, New Douai Rheims. Henceforth, brethren, be strengthened in our Lord. Latin Vulgate. I cannot pronounce Latin very well. I will just say Rheims, henceforth, brethren, be strengthened in our Lord. I guess that's comparing to the Challoner. I'm not very sure. It does say this Bible, the new Douai Rheims, has kept all text words the same as the original Douai and Rheims. Spelling changes for words in a more readable English, for example, in Apocalypse 18:12, which is going to be Revelations, changing spelling Uri to ivory. Nevertheless, changing I's to J's, making the word, unlike the Latin Vulgate or the Douai and Rheims original, for example, making the word Jesus to Jesus and the J proper nouns to read James, Josue, John, Jude, etc. Although Isaiah, which denotes David's father, was left Isai when a consonant following the J, the I, has been kept, and a note about the word has been inserted after the verse. I will just go over the chapters now. You have Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numeri is Numbers, Deuteronomy, Josue, which is the Spanish way of saying Joshua. Joshua is what I first thought it said. That is Joshua, the book of Joshua. Judges, Ruth, 1 Kings, 2 Kings, 3 Kings, 4 Kings, 1 Paralipanon. That is going to be 1 Samuel or 2 Samuel. You'll have to do that research on your own. 1 Esdras, 2 Esdras, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Canticles, which is Song of Songs, and Solomon's book, but not the Wisdom. That's a separate one that's omitted from the Apocrypha. Isaiah, which is Isaiah. Jeremiah, which is Jeremiah. Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel. OC, which is what is OC? You have Joel, you have Amos, you have Abdias, which is Obadiah, Jonas, Machias, which is the book of Micah. You have Nahum, you have Habakkuk, which is spelled Habakkuk. Sophonius, which is Zephaniah. You have Aggeus, which is Haggai or Haggai. You have Zacharias, which is the book of Zechariah. You have Malachias, which is the book of Malachi. You have Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, Jude, Apocalypse. Apocalypse is Revelations. We'll flip to it now. Apocalypse. The Apocalypse of John the Apostle. You have Bible study notes. You have books of the Old Testament, books of the New Testament, abbreviations used in cross-references, you have comparisons. For instance, you don't understand that Psalms 119 would be Psalms 118. It shows you well, this is what I first started reading, and it stops at 9, Psalms 9, and it goes to 10. If I can focus. I don't think it will focus. Yes. Okay. KJV. Okay, right there you see how it says 9b 1 through 18 and Psalms 10 1 through 18. This is where Psalms 9 kind of gets too long, so it gets omitted. I mean, not omitted, it will it gets left out pretty much, but it doesn't get left out, it's too long of a paragraph, and it stays into 9. Well, let's see. If we go to Psalms 9. You can see that Psalms 9 is pretty long, and usually it would be cut right in the middle and it would go to chapter 10 like most Bibles. If I can get the 1611 version real quick. I got this off of eBay too. Okay, Psalms X. That is going to be Psalms 10. You have Psalms 9. Do you see how short Psalms 9 is? Well, you can't really compare because this text is smaller than this text. Or maybe it's not. I'm not sure if it's the 9-point text or a 7-point font. But I hope that makes sense to some of you. Thank you for watching